The UFC Paris main event is more than just rankings or title fights. It has become a battle of wills before anyone enters the octagon. Nassourdine Imavov and Caio Borralho are locked in a mental chess match that began weeks ago, with Borralho's weight cut raising concerns about his performance. However, Imavov is not offering sympathy or accepting excuses. Instead, he is daring Borralho to show up ready or not at all. The backstory is key here. Both fighters had vied for the UFC 319 backup spot, but Imavov abruptly withdrew, leaving Borralho to fill in. That decision prompted the Brazilian to undergo 2 weight cuts in a short period of time, which was a terrible experience even for the most disciplined athletes. Imavov later stated that this was not an accident but rather a premeditated move intended to test Borralho's limits and, possibly, his pride. Borralho, for his part, has been quick to silence critics. On Shaq MMA, he bristled at outside opinions challenging his conditioning. Everybody that's saying all of this, they have an idea of how it is. They don't know how much I weigh. They don't know how much I cut it. They're just analysts, and I don't care. For the natural, the narrative of being depleted is just noise from those who have never experienced the grind. The Brazilian doubled down on his confidence, citing how well his preparation went this time. I think this first cut actually helped me into this second cut. I'm feeling in the best shape ever, mentally, physically, cardio, everything, he insisted. He described freely consuming carbohydrates and staying hydrated, shocking those around him at the UFC Performance Institute with how effectively he handled the process. However, Nassourdine Imavov sees things differently. Speaking on Full Send MMA, the French contender revealed the psychological game at hand. The sniper said, "We did it on purpose because we knew that his ego would take the fight, and it would be a bad thing for him. Now, I wonder if he will be 100% in the fight or not. I just want the best Caio Borralho." He further warned, "I don't want any excuses after this fight. It's a challenge laid bare. Either Borralho proves he's as healthy as he claims, or Imavov's brutal gamble pays off in front of his home fans." And to be fair, not many are betting on the natural, as Robert Whittaker has placed his bets on the Frenchman winning the bout. If Nassourdine Imavov's confidence wasn't enough, Robert Whittaker's vote of assurance adds to the Frenchman's case. The former middleweight champion sized up the matchup and, like many others, believes Caio Borralho's biggest risk is not Imavov's tactics but his own preparation choices. For Whittaker, 2 weight cuts in fast succession are more than just a hurdle. They're a gamble with long-term effects. When breaking down the fight itself, Whittaker leaned toward Imavov's finer skill set throughout the course of 5 rounds. He expects the wrestling to cancel out and the action to remain standing, allowing the Frenchman's technical superiority to shine through. According to him, this bout is unlikely to be a quick one but rather a test of who can stay disciplined when the fight stretches into deep waters. The natural may say that his body is in top condition, but Whittaker does not buy into the smooth narrative. According to his personal experience, the aftermath of back-to-back cuts frequently leaves fighters exhausted or susceptible to illnesses. "I feel like having that a month out from your fight isn't the best," Whittaker said. "Then usually after a fight or after a heavy cut, I get sick because your immune system and your nervous system plummet. I don't know. I don't think it's the best thing to do. That's why." When it came to making a decision, the Australian middleweight chose Nassourdine Imavov. And it was not just for his brilliance, but because he sees Caio Borralho's road to victory weighed down by the very sacrifices he's brushing off.